Hello, 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 and welcome to the Pottervision podcast, the podcast where every single week, myself, Lucas Kirkby, and a gentleman you might have heard of, Tom Lawrinson, we look at a chapter of the Harry Potter books and we talk about them in front of an audience that isn't there yet because this is recorded. This week, we're on episode 90, and we're on episode 33 of book 4, The Death Eaters. You were eating some yogi, weren't you, before?
Yes.
I have had a bit of bread with jam and some grapes. That's been my brekkie this morning.
Bread with jam?
Drink with jam and bread.
Did you not toast it?
No, I like to have me soft. It was like a milk roll, a little milk roll, because I'm a child, and I had some raspberry jam on it, and then some grapes for dessert.
You heard it here first, listeners. The co-host of the Pottervision podcast, who sits by the host, has a sandwich for breakfast.
Yeah, it was very delicious, if you don't mind me saying, and then I went for a lovely walk around the village.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Been trying to get slightly more active. I've not got the motivation in me for a jog, but I will try and walk daily for about an hour or so. Get the old legs pumping.
Jogging's a waste of time. You want to get into walking.
Yeah, exactly. It takes longer, but it lasts longer.
But jogging, you're going to hurt your knees, you're going to hurt your groin, you're going to hurt your hips.
Yeah. And baby don't want that before his wedding.
Next time Martina says, Lucas, should we go to the cinema? You say, we shall. I'll set off now. You set off in an hour or so.
Yeah, I'd love that. Well,
I'll meet you there.
Because yesterday, we drove to the nearest town, got some food, and then Martina went off to work and I walked back. It was about an hour walk back.
That's good. I must ask you, do you call each other Herr and Fraulein?
Yeah, all the time, yeah. Well, she's just Frau now because she's married. But I'm Herr Lucas and she's Frau Martina.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah. It's like, you call Lucy Miss Lucy, don't you?
Like, what's the weather
she's
like
in Dracula.
Over there? What's the weather like over there?
Is hot. Can I tell you, the storms all the time. Like,
is it?
It'll be hot all the time, and then about once every 2 or 3 days, there'll be like a storm for a bit, and then it'll be hot again. It happens thick and fast, whereas in Manchester, it just kind of dribbles a bit, doesn't it, all the time, like pissy rain.
I must ask you, have you been into that great evil German forest that they have over there?
The Black Forest? I've not been to the Black Forest, no.
Have you thought about it?
Yeah, I have, yeah. Maybe one day I'll go there, have a bit of the famous Black Forest Gâteau.
Why don't you have Martina drop you off there on her way to work one day and you can just do endless loops of it for 8 hours?
I think so, yeah. Have a drive a few hours, drop me off at the Black Forest, go to work, and I'll try and find my way home.
I think that'll be good for you.
Yeah, and after 3 days, I see a sign saying, "Welcome to the Netherlands." I've gone the wrong bloody way. How would I to know?
I really envy you. You really do live a life of luxury.
What do you mean? Well, I'm at the minute because I'm currently unemployed.
I think there's few listeners who can say they've had a nicer morning than you. Waking up when the cock crows or whenever, I don't know, whenever you wake up. When do you wake up? Like 1 in the afternoon?
In the afternoon, something like that, yeah.
1 in the afternoon, he saunters downstairs in his dress robes.
Yeah.
Has some grapes. Is there a more hedonistic fruit than grapes?
I get them fed to me by 2 virgins.
Excuse me, I must ask. Did you lay on the family chaise longue and lower the grapes into your mouth?
Yeah, I did that, yeah. And then I pointed and touched God's finger.
And did you, and you had your bread and butter, and then, honestly, to have the time to take a stroll into a nearby village, it breaks my heart.
You could have done
Breaks my
that this
heart.
morning.
I could not. I have been bloody whipped off my feet. I've been so busy, you wouldn't even know.
Hey, well, this will make you even more jealous. I treated myself to a packet of Tic Tacs.
Tic Tacs.
Yeah. Where are they?
I
They're
must
out of
ask you.
reach. Yeah.
Like, listen, I can fucking imagine a pack of Tic Tacs. Where are they? Where are they? Where are me Tic
He
Tacs?
needs to know.
I must ask you. Do
Yeah.
you eat mints often?
No, not very often at all. It's a rare treat.
It something must be happening between us. For yesterday, I ate a pack of spearmint polos.
Oh, and you're not normally a minty boy, are you?
I'm not. Especially, I like soft mints because you can get a good chew on them. But polos, you have to suck them for a bit before you can chomp them.
Yeah, you do, definitely. Well, maybe it was that we got connected by, we had a phone conversation, didn't we? Yesterday. You were on a walk, you just decided to ring your brother. And we had a
I thought,
chat,
do you
didn't
know
we?
what? Do you know what? I'm going to offer him the olive branch of friendship. I will give him something beautiful. I will call him up. And I tell you what, I swear you tried to get me off the phone about 10 times. And each time I was like, no, I'm going to steamroll this. Because
Did you?
every now and then you'd go, well, like that. And I'd be like, I don't like where this is going. And I'd ask you something, again, more personal.
Well, you did very well with me because I'm not a massive on the phone talker.
You're not a massive on the phone fucking talker. We do a podcast 3 times a week.
Yeah, that's like work, isn't it? But
That's
you managed to
work.
get
It's work talking to me, listeners. You can see this at work.
you managed to get half an hour of me last night. That's very good.
And it was tough. Anytime I tried to ask him something about his personal life, he'd steer it back to Pottervision. I'm like, listen, pal. I'm not too interested. Like, I'm off the clock right now. I don't want to talk about Voldemort's fingers. Do you get me?
Yeah. Has Lewis Shaw got any siblings? Friend of the show.
How the hell should I know?
Been friends with him for about 13 years.
That's more of like a half life. It's like a half friendship. It's a quasi friendship. It's a friendship that was half formed. I am, a bell ringer, and he is the hump that is in my back.
Yeah. I've always thought of Lewis as that. He's the
He
hump in
is-
Tom's back.
He is my unusual face that people try and tug at because they think it's a mask.
Yeah. He's Quasimodo.
Whereas you are Esmeralda, Lucas, and
Yeah.
we watch you dance freely throughout the town for you have no job. Hellfire! Hellfire!
Every week we'll reference a 90s Disney cartoon. On the Double Vision episode, it was Hercules. And now it's Hunchback of Notre Dame. Next week, who knows? It could be Pocahontas. It could be
I hate to say this, but you very much are, in the film of Hunchback of Notre Dame, you are most akin to, like, whoever that man is, that mayor, that man who's, like,
the evil
Quasimodo.
bloke.
Yeah.
Oh, don't like that. I thought I'd be one of those funny gargoyles.
For you keep me locked up in a tower that is Stockport, unable to leave, and, you're banging your fists and screaming into the fire at those who tempt you.
I can neither confirm nor deny, Your Honour.
And his temptations are, metaphorically, grapes, walks through a town, and bread and butter, like he's a criminal.
Bread and butter and a bowl of porridge, that'll do me nicely. What have you been up to, you absolute legend?
I went for a long walk yesterday. I'm trying to get back in. I'm trying to wean myself back into exercise, but it's really boring. So, the idea of doing a burpee at the minute sounds horrible. So I went for. I did 15,000 steps yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's impolite to do a burpee, isn't it?
Yeah, burpee. Yeah, what else have I been up to?
Hey, hang on, you just had a go at me for going round a village. You went on a massive countryside walk yesterday.
That was after work. I made sure I did my work first, then I went on it.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
Last week, on the weekend, I went on a walk and a fly chased me.
Oh, you must have smelt very sweet.
Opposite.
Like, shit, Your Honour.
That's it, Your Honour. I hold my hands up. I plead guilty to the crime of smelling of shit.
First of all, that's not what's being accused. Second of all, you're not the one being accused. Can you sit down? So how long did this fly follow you for?
I was in a field and 2 flies landed on my arms.
Yeah.
And I couldn't bear it, so I started sprinting.
Yeah. And they followed you.
Must have looked unusual for any passers-by because I was in a 3-piece suit with a top hat and monocle halfway through a field, and then I started sprinting.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to have seen that. Man from the 20s running away. Be like watching the Victorian Olympics or something. Meanwhile, I have some good news.
What's your news, brother?
Well, Martina has decided that she wants to do a masters, and she's just been accepted to do a masters of public health at Fulda University, which is a city a couple of hours away. So we're going to go there in October. That's
Fulda.
In Fulda, yeah. Fulda. Fulda.
Fulda.
Fulda.
Fulda.
Yeah, so we're going to go there. And so once we're married and we've done our honeymoon and all that, we'll go there. Martina will study. I'll get myself one of those jobs I've been hearing about. And that'll be us for the next couple of years.
Oh, that's mad.
It's good, isn't it?
Fulda. The town I've never heard of.
Yeah. Where the streets are paved with nobody knows. It's going to be good. It's good, isn't it? Are you Googling it? Yeah, it's not too far from. It's not too far from Frankfurt, if you don't mind me saying.
It's Fulda. It's a town in Germany, right? The elevation is 261 metres. It's got an area.
No, she never told me that.
Kilometres squared. The weather right now is 23 degrees. Over there, it's Tuesday. 11:28 is the time. The dialing code is 0661, and the mayor is Heiko Wingenfeld.
Hey, she never told me that. I'm not going into that bastard's territory. Heiko Wingenfeld.
Looks nice, though.
Where?
Ooh, 10 fun facts about Fulda.
Ooh, let's hear all 10.
Okay. Number 1. Home of St. Boniface's tomb.
Oh, lovely.
Right, so these are 10 fun facts. Right, you've had the first fun fact.
Yeah,
okay,
9 left.
The second fun fact. Coffee and cake is one of the most noteworthy Baroque districts of Germany.
Coffee and cake?
That's a good fact, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where royalty and nature merge into one. That's fact 3.
What do you mean that isn't even a fact? That's just a line from a poem. Hey, do you want to know a fact about Llandudno? Where the beach is in the floor. What? What is that? It's like a poetic line.
Would you like a fact about Blackpool?
Yeah.
They fuck you up, your mum and dad. They don't mean to, but they do. Fact number 4. Get your carnival costumes ready.
These are more like cryptic crossword clues. What? Hey,
Question.
Didn't know if you know this, but carnival costumes ready.
Fact number 5. Dare to get lost inside of a gigantic human heart.
Okay.
So Fulda's home to the Children's Academy, a museum of intriguing combination of objects. The highlight of the academy is a walkthrough where you can walk through a gigantic heart.
Oh, that's fun. Hey, I'm going to be doing that.
Get close to a historical gap. Just east of the West German tower Fulda is Fulda Gap. It's one of the most heavily armed places on Earth. Well, you'll be protected then.
Yeah.
The gap refers to local valleys, rolling hills, and nearby mountains that once represented a strategic military route to the city of Frankfurt.
That's exciting.
There's the tallest mountain of Hesse.
It's the tallest mountain of Hesse.
Oh, there's one of them toboggan rides. I've always wanted to go on one of them. I'll have to come visit you just to go on it.
You just come to Llandudno. There's toboggans in Llandudno.
Well, you ain't there, are you?
No, that's true. Come to Fulda then. Go
You're not thinking, are you? You're not thinking. A chilly visit to Germany's oldest holy sepulchre.
Sepulchre?
St. Michael's... Yeah, maybe. St. Michael's Church, cathedral's charming neighbour. It's a small barrel chapel built in the style of 1820 to 1822. It looks lovely. Time to toot your flute is fact number 9.
Ooh.
Enjoy an afternoon filled with music at the Mollenhauer Flute Museum.
Lovely.
You'll be there very often, and question 10, or fact number 10, be part of flying history. The mountain Wasserkuppe is the home base of one of the most flourishing aircraft glider schools in the world.
Hey, there you go. Tell you what, that felt a lot more than 10 facts, didn't it, listeners?
You think it felt longer?
Like about 15. I thought you were going off clicking links and finding other things.
No, that was an article. Kids top 10 facts for kids about Fulda.
Lovely. I hope you enjoyed that one, kids.
I'm in the city centre.
Oh yeah.
Google Maps.
Oh yeah, you're on Street View.
I am, yeah.
Well, Tom, you've got to answer me the big question.
Go on.
Do they have a McDonald's?
I don't know.
Now, Tom, are you ready for a Chapter 33 rundown?
Yes, Your Honour.
It's Chapter 33, The Death Eaters. Voldemort's there looking at his new body going, oh, don't I look nice? And then he decides to summon all of the Death Eaters. He puts his finger on Wormtail's arm, it goes all black, the dark mark, and suddenly people are arriving. They've got Lucius Malfoy, there's other ones, and there's gaps for people who've died or who have been in Azkaban prison. He's also going on about the fact that he's got a loyal Death Eater in Hogwarts. We still don't know who that is yet. And then he decides he's going to kill Harry Potter, but he wants to do it properly. So he finishes the chapter by ordering Wormtail to ungag Harry, and give him a wand. And that was the Death Eaters.
Ungag me, unbind me, give me a wand.
So we start. Yeah.
You'd be happy to know there is a McDonald's in Fulda.
Hey! Brilliant news.
They serve Red Bull.
Hey, brilliant. Oh, I'll tell you what they do nice in Germany. They do like waffle fries. They're very nice.
Not at Fulda.
Oh. What a chapter.
What a chapter. I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I could go on talking about Fulda for the next 10 episodes. And you know what? I think I may do just that.
It's given us a new little subplot throughout the podcast, hasn't it?
Hell yeah, brother.
So Voldemort...
I remember.
Yeah, go on.
I bloody remember. This really takes me back now because we've got Voldemort back at it. I remember when we first started reading this book, The Goblet of Fire. Was that in January?
Oh, well, it would have been 33 weeks ago. Probably. Even before January, maybe Christmas.
Christmas because we were in Scotland. We were on the floor of a travel lodge.
Oh, that'd have been November then.
Yeah. We were on the floor of a travel lodge. Like, lay there, soaked in our own nothing because we were dry. But, yeah, and it was back at that little house where Voldemort killed that little old man.
Oh, yeah, the Riddle House. He killed that little old man, the caretaker. Yeah.
Look how far we've come.
Look how far we've come. We're at the same house. We're in the garden this time. We're in the graveyard, aren't we? Yes, we are. And Voldemort is resurrected. He's examining his own body. He says he's looking at his hands, looking at his feet. At one point, it says he's caressing his own chest. Hello, I am here, you know. Standing on your dad's grave. Yeah, give me 5 more minutes. Haven't even caressed the bottom half yet. Oh, look at me. Oh, I like this ball. He likes it. Well done, Wormtail.
Very good. Very good.
I mean, does he do to the man who's resurrected him, the man who's swaddled him in rags for the past however many times, chucks him against a gravestone. He picks Wormtail up with magic and throws him against a grave. What an ungrateful beggar.
Yeah.
If I was Wormtail, yeah.
He sees right through Wormtail.
Yeah.
He hasn't returned to Voldemort out of allegiance. He's returned to Voldemort out of fear of Sirius Black and Lupin.
Yeah, he's scared of going to Azkaban, isn't he?
As Voldemort says, and had Sirius Black and Lupin I'm blaming Sirius Black. If Sirius Black hadn't escaped from prison, Cedric Diggory wouldn't be dead right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Sirius needs to think about that, doesn't he?
Because if he'd stayed in prison, what's he called? Ratface would have stayed a rat forever.
Yeah.
And the Dark Lord would have never been resurrected.
Oh, no. See, I think, that'd be the same if Harry Potter had gone to Stonewall High. You know, maybe the sequence of events never would have happened if he hadn't even gone to Hogwarts. Yeah. Hey, the other thing I was thinking, because Voldemort talks about his history at one point, and I don't think Voldemort has any idea about what went on in the Chamber of Secrets. I don't think he knows. Because he goes on about the Philosopher's Stone, and then he goes, and then I was hiding away in Albania until Wormtail turned up. Just so you know, Tom, your diary tried to kill me as well.
Say what?
Which year? I've got a lot of diaries, can I say?
Which year? You were 16. Oh, he was nasty, him.
That's mad, isn't it? What a year to pick. Because I don't think he, whenever he split his Horcrux into pieces, how does he go, I'm going to make one of my Horcruxes a diary. But what year should I choose? Gets his box of old diaries out. That was a shit year.
What I've always wondered is there's 7 Horcruxes. You get me? 7 Horcruxes, right? So, if you if you restore one, if you revive a Voldemort,
Yeah.
Is that the same Voldemort coming back? Or is it like a new one taking off where he last stopped? Do you know what I mean? So if you resurrect, if you use 2 Horcruxes, will they join together and make one Voldemort, the original Voldemort, or will they be 2 new Voldemorts?
I don't know. That'd be good. But then, I don't know, maybe his soul and his body are different things.
Because They did a Black Mirror episode on the afterlife where you could upload your consciousness to like a computer system and that'd be your afterlife.
Right.
But it's not really you, is it? It's just a copy of you.
Yeah, it's just the information put together.
Like, is it you or is it a copy of you, Your Honour?
I wish I could answer you this question, but the truth is I don't know. Something interested me. I've been having a think about the Dark Mark. Right. So every supporter has to get the Dark Mark. Like even if they don't really like tattoos. Like I don't think I'd ever get a tattoo. And it put me off joining a club if it was like, hey, if you're gonna join the club, you have to get a tattoo. Do you know what I mean?
Well, what club would that be?
Well, the Death Eaters Club.
Snooker club?
Yeah, snooker club. You have to get a little tattoo of Steve Davis on your shoulder.
Let's say, I don't know, in your local community, the other retirees started a walking club.
Yeah.
And you needed a tattoo to join said retiree walking club.
Yeah.
Would you get it?
No, I'd continue
Be a
walking on my
solo
own.
walker.
Yeah, I'd be a solo walker. Well, imagine Voldemort first starting out. Right, I'm starting my own terrorist organisation. We're going to murder muggles. We're going to cause chaos. If you want to join, you're going to have to get your nose pierced. I'm happy to join, but I don't really want that, please. Do you know what I'm saying, Tom? Do you get where I'm coming from?
I think I would get a tattoo or some kind of... Someone said, right, we're starting a little club. I'm like, oh, exclusivity, a clique.
Yeah.
Yes, please. I love a clique. Us against the world.
Yeah, that'll be good.
What I was thinking
Lucius, where are your
I wanna
bangs? You are?
Vol, yeah.
Yeah.
Voldemort, yeah. Vol is French for flight. De is French for of. And mort, well, that's French for death.
Yeah, death.
Flight of death. Ooh, scary.
Yeah, why did you choose that? Fly around, don't I, a bit? Death.
Sorry, Tom. Last time I checked, you're an Englishman. What's all this French you're talking?
You're supposed to be xenophobic and now you're using French in your name. What's that all about?
Sorry, Tom, but if you wanted to talk French, why don't you go... Well, you're at Hogwarts. Why don't you go over to Battenberg? Do you know what I mean?
Battenberg. That's a good name for that school.
If you want to be flight of death, be flight of death. It doesn't... There's no ring to it, but...
Yeah.
You know, if that's what you want to be. None of this. Manger bon le pou. None of that.
Right. Mom's lip on lip poo.
Yeah. Call yourself Killer or Mr. Evil.
Yeah. Or even better, Dr. Evil.
That is good.
Hey, I had another dream last night. Who were you dreaming about? Killer? Killer's back.
Bastard. The horrible bastard.
Yeah, I like that. The
What would be a better
horrible
alternative?
BAS.
What would be a French alternative to Voldemort? An English alternative to Voldemort? It's a flight of death, right?
Big Nasty.
The Flying Killer.
Flying Killer, yeah. Yeah. Murder Wings. Bastard.
Bird's Eye Git.
Oh, I like that. Bird's Eye Git. Swan Slasher. Bird's Eye Git just sounds like someone who steals fish fingers. Oh, you Bird's Eye Git.
Airborne Cunt.
Oh, I like that. That's a good one. I won't repeat it, but I like it.
Mm.
You have to say it to join. Can I not say airborne G-bomb? I don't know why
Lucas,
I'm
right?
G.
Imagine this. You are a Death Eater, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
in hiding.
Yeah.
See the dark mark go up in the sky?
Yeah.
Are you returning? Are you staying put?
Oh, I don't know. Well, 'cause if I was a Death Eater, I was probably a bit evil, wasn't I? So maybe I'm thinking, yeah, I've had a nice 13 years off. Let's get back in the
Yeah, but most
game.
people, I feel like most Death Eaters have been like, oh, do you know what? There's a reason we've not been looking for him because
Yeah. But then, really, does he have any loyal followers? It doesn't seem like anyone's been looking for him for the past 13 years. Everyone's just been getting on with their own little jobs, haven't they? But
Wormtail's job of being a rat.
being a rat. But he expects them to turn up like that. As soon as he touches the dark mark on Wormtail's arm, all these Death Eaters suddenly turn up after 13 years. One of them must have been having a shit at the time. He just operates with his pants down his ankles. Look, I'm here. I need to wipe myself, but I'm here, Lord.
I need to wipe myself.
I was getting rid
Well,
of
do
my
you know
own
what?
dark mark, if you don't mind me saying.
Actually, do you know what? Wormtail, wipe me. No, he's my servant, not yours.
Come on, he's everyone's.
No, he's not. Oh, that's cold. I use my metal hand.
That's going to have no traction whatsoever. A metal hand, you're just moving it around. You need a tissue hand or a sponge hand.
You turn this into the muckiest podcast in the
I
Northwest.
don't. Voldemort, can you make me a sponge hand? Well, you've had a metal one. That's yours. Yeah. Get a glove. Well, then he has a go at them. All these supporters who've come back to him like this. He's like, going, oh, where were you? Why weren't you looking for me? Look, we're here. You're preaching to the converted. We can go home if you want. We've turned up. I was in the middle of lovemaking.
Exactly, doing the crucio on people. I wish
Yeah.
I'd not come. I wish I'd not come.
I come at your beck and call and you crucio me.
Do you know that's
Thanks a
illegal
bunch.
now? Do you know that's illegal?
It was illegal when we started. Oh, just making sure you still knew. God, I'd be doing a Vadakadabra next. Look at that kid. Oh.
Look.
And Harry's watching all this. And it says he wishes the police would turn up. What's PC Plod going to do against the Dark Lord? Right, I'm the local police community support officer of Avada Why are you wishing him turning up? You can't be on that grass.
Oh, please, I hope the SAS turn up.
Come on, Black Ops.
Oh, I've never wanted them before, but KGB, show your face to me.
Well, where are those dogs from Paw Patrol? Can always sort something out.
Wish for the ministry, Harry.
Yeah.
Huh?
Why the police?
So, also, that's just gone off. Their little dark mark. Snape's got to be going. Rutro, Raggy, because he's still got one, hasn't he?
Yeah. Karkaroff. I don't know if Karkaroff's been summoned to this meeting either.
So does it still go off? Or, like, since they've, like, you know... said they've quit, is is Snape's and Carcroft Darkmark still going like oh sorry, that's me.
That's me.
I won't take it. No, go. No. No. No, it'd be wrong to.
Maybe they've had it like lasered. You know, like people get their tattoos lasered to get rid of them. I'm good now. I want my dark mark lasered. Can't get rid of it for real. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Now, I've heard of being born with a silver spoon in your mouth. But to be reborn and then give a rat man a silver appendage upon his wrist, yeah, that's a new one.
Well, and it's got like mega strength as well. He like crushes rocks with it. What's that all about? I'm never going to use this. Everything I touch gets destroyed. What's this?
Well, it might stop you wanking, Wormtail.
Hey, this is a family podcast. Every time I pick up a bowl of cereal, it shatters.
I've got to say, right, I might make some, adult jokes sometimes. But that is nothing compared to the horrific, morbid jokes you make where you call Cedric Diggory Dedrick Siddery. I think that is awful.
We'll do a poll on Instagram. We'll say, what's worse? Cedric Diggory being called Dedrick Siggory, or the idea of a rat wanking with a metal hand?
Right?
What do you prefer, audience?
That'll be landslide loss to you.
We'll find out. Oh, I'd hate to put that as a story. It'd be awful.
Yeah, still working. Oh.
It turns out that Crabbe and Goyle's dads are just like their sons, apparently. He's going through all the Death Eaters, and it says Crabbe and Goyle muttered clumsily and dully, just like their sons. Well, I hope they've still got their sons' bulging muscles. We never saw that in the film, did we? The Dark Lords return, the Death Eaters come in a circle, two of them. They'd be doing a few burpees, wouldn't they?
I know what we got to watch.
What?
Double Vision. Prince Cinders. Have you ever seen it?
What's it? Sorry, I didn't hear that. What are we watching?
Prince Cinders.
No, it sounds brilliant. What's Prince Cinders? Like Cinderella?
It's like half an hour. It's on YouTube. It was a old cartoon, English cartoon. Cinderella, but done from the perspective of a prince.
Yeah.
A prince is, it's called Cinders instead of Cinderella.
Yeah.
But he accidentally gets turned into. So, like Cinderella wants to go to the ball. She gets a nice, pretty dress.
Yeah.
Prince Cinders, because his brothers, his evil stepbrothers, are all like big and hairy and muscly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says to the fairy godmother, he goes, "I want to be big and hairy." Yeah.
Okay.
And she turns him into an ape.
Yeah, I like that.
But he doesn't know he's an ape.
ape.
Yeah, he doesn't know he's an ape. He thinks he's gorgeous.
This sounds brilliant. Hey, let's watch Prince Cinders for Double Vision.
But there's something that happens in it that I've done ever since I saw that film. He's always gone like this. He goes, ooh, ooh, ah, ooh, ooh. Let me tell you as well, the voice actors in this film.
Go on.
Jennifer Saunders.
Amazing.
Jonathan Ross.
Brilliant.
Craig Charles.
Sounds brilliant. Who's Cinders?
I forget.
Oh, it sounds good.
Maybe it's Maybe it's Craig Charles.
Bloody hell, gotta get to the ball, you wazzock. Into the drink. That's my Craig Charles references are all from Takeshi's Castle.
Oh my god! And as well, fucking sorry for potty mouth, but it relates back to Harry Potter. Jim Broadbent.
Hey, this sounds good. Old Slugger's in there as well.
Robert. Who's that?
And Roberts.
Robert Llewellyn.
Well, that rings a bell. Robert? Who's that?
Lenny Henry's in it.
Brilliant.
I'm really looking forward to this.
I can't wait to watch it.
And listeners, it's only 26 minutes long.
Oh, so we like that.
If you want to know what me and Lucas are going on about, you only have to watch a 26-minute YouTube clip.
Yeah, and with a lot of our references, that's quite a small dedication. 26 minutes.
We did Pig Heart Boy, which was a 4-hour-long something.
Mm-hmm. You have
how long was Pig Heart Boy? Hour and a half?
Yeah, about an hour and a half. Yeah. Yeah, I've had to watch the entire Austin Powers series, the Wallace and Gromit repertoire. So a 26 minutes cartoon is nothing. Stick it on while you're doing the ironing. I am excited about that. That sounds very strange.
I'm excited too.
Yeah. So Voldemort, he goes on about this. There are 6 missing.
Did you call him Voldemort?
Yeah, I did, but then I just ran over it. But
that's cheeky, that is.
I didn't call him that on purpose. It came out of my mouth wrong. He's Voldemort.
He's bold. That's why you said that.
Voldemort. But he says there are 6 missing Death Eaters. He says 3 are dead, 1 too cowardly to return. I'm not sure who that is. 1 he fears has left forever. Is that Snape? Or maybe the cowardly one's Karkaroff. And a faithful servant, which we're thinking is Barty Crouch Jr. But I couldn't figure out.
Wasn't bloody I think he was one though, wasn't he? You can't bloody believe it. I'm a Quidditch player.
Oh, Bagman.
Yeah, Bagman was one.
Oh, yeah, maybe he's on about him then. Bagman.
Because was he one? Because he said he got confused about it all, didn't he?
Well, I thought he just accidentally revealed information to Death Eaters without knowing who they were. Right. Maybe, because he's a coward, isn't he? Fair enough. Well, yeah.
Only there was some way of keeping log of all these Death Eaters.
Yeah, there's no way, is there? A Doomsday Book or something. Hey, but we finally get confirmation that Lucius is one, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. First thing goes, oh, how did you do it? It's private. I don't want to talk about being a naked baby swaddled by Wormtail.
I tell you what, so someone asked Voldemort how did he do it, didn't they?
Yeah, Lucius did, yeah.
I think if I was a Death Eater, I'd be like, just keep it brief. Keep it brief. Because he then goes on like a 4-page monologue.
No. I wish I hadn't asked. I've just come from a family meal. It'll be cold.
It's like when you're in school and some kid in your class starts like asking the teacher questions and you're like, oh, come on, let's just get on with it.
Oh, I hate that. Or if you're at some like boring training event at work and someone goes, oh, any questions? And you're like, I'm not asking anything. And someone goes, oh, yeah, could you tell me about this? Could have gone home then.
Or they ask something really irrelevant.
Yeah.
You're on speed awareness course and some scousers like, well, how come if it's not all right to go through on red, if police officers can only go through on the red when they've got the sirens on, how come they go through then turn the sirens off?
Ask them individually, we don't know. What do you want from us? I remember going on a training, I don't know if I've told you about this, and it was a training for like a teenagers' mental health organisation. We thought we were going there finding out about like what they offered and what services they provide and stuff. They spent half the day telling us about the history of the company, which buildings they moved to, and they took us on a tour of the call centre. They were like, right, this is where they take all the calls. Right, good. Left there having known nothing additional about their services whatsoever. It was a waste of time, if you don't mind me saying.
It's fair enough.
I'm intrigued by this ancient magic that protects Harry when he's at the Dursleys. What weird shit's that all about? You can't get somebody to go in
Excuse me?
Stab him. What?
What weird shit is that all about? Can you would you want to rephrase your question, please, Mr. Kirkby?
All right. What's that all about? It's all a bit vague, isn't it? Oh, there's ancient magic, which means I can't go to the Dursleys. Right.
Some things just don't make sense, do they? Why did he have to participate in the Triwizard Tournament? What ancient magic, you know?
Yeah. It's very odd, isn't it?
How can you be poor in the Wizarding world if magic exists?
Yeah. Yeah, Voldemort, my friend, says he's poor, but he's got magic and lives in like a 4-story house with land. What's that all about? What?
Who's that asking Voldemort? Harry Potter?
Harry, Harry tied to the grave.
Imagine, though. Sometimes I think about, like saying scary situations like that, just asking irreverent questions or irrelevant questions. And then, could you convince the Dark Lord that you're bonkers?
Yeah, maybe. I think so.
But Voldemort, I was thinking when I was listening to this chapter, I thought to myself, I feel like Harry's been given the opportunity to join the Dark Lord. I don't know how strong-willed I am. Do you know, because I'm that neutral about stuff. If the Dark Lord was like, do you know what? Do you want to join me?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, no.
Yeah, all right. Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah. I'd have to have a chat with work. But
One thing, I will join you. One thing I won't do, though, and honestly, I'm not going to kill anyone, and that's just me.
Yeah. Look, why do we all have to kill? You've got to have admin staff. Can that be admin? Why do... Why do we all
Can
have
I be admin,
kill?
Dark Lord? Yeah. Dark Lord, can I be admin?
Well, he just pushed a cauldron across the floor. I could do stuff like that. I don't want to be setting off bombs and things. I could cut your hair.
Are you going to be baby state again? Because I'd happily swaddle you, Your Honour. I mean, you Dark Lord Honour.
The Milton Nagini. Yeah.
She don't need that.
She milks herself. Yeah, I know. Why is everybody having to be doing awful things?
What I was intrigued by was, fucking... He tells the tale of how he came to be. And so Wormtail left England, went to Albania and found a gang of rats. Wormtail was helped with rats along the way because he's got away with rats because he transforms into a rat and he can talk to rats.
Yeah. Haven't seen Voldemort, have you? What?
Scary bit of dust. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're seeing him. That way. How long did it take him just to get to Albania? Just asking a load of French rats first. Seen scary dust round here? No. Spanish. Like that montage in Thunderpants where they're touring the world with the opera show. He's asking various nationalities where Voldemort is instead of Rupert Grint. And again, you'll have to watch another 1.5 hour film to understand what I'm on about there as well. And then finally, Voldemort. I think it's a bravado thing, but he could just kill Harry, but he decides to untie him and give him his wand for a duel. I just think, don't be daft, just kill him. Do you know what I mean? Anything could happen.
Yeah, it's weird that Harry's going to get away through, I don't know.
Voldemort being careless.
Yeah, it'd be better if he got away through brute strength.
Yeah, I like that. Just like getting his binds out of him.
He finds in his pocket an enlargement suite from Fred and George, and he grows 10 sizes.
See, that'd be good. Stomps on the Death Eaters. Well, he turned Aunt Marge into a big bloating balloon without even using a wand.
Imagine that. That'd be great if he turned Crab and Goyle into a great Crab and Goyle Senior into a great bulging balloon.
Crab and Goyle Senior.
What were the chances of Bertha Jorkins being at that inn that bloody Wormtail goes into?
Well, considering there's only about 200 people in the wizarding world, very small. Fancy seeing you here in an inn on the outskirts of the forest of Albania.
Wormtail, you're meant to be dead, aren't you? Yes, I am. You don't fancy going on a midnight stroll with me, dear? Of course I do. Of course I do, Wormtail.
Of course I do, I'm on holiday. I know. She must know of him.
You're meant to be dead, aren't you? That's what they think. Oh, nothing suspicious
I've been
about
a
that.
rat.
Midnight stroll? Yes, please. Linked arms. Tell me, Bertha, are you afraid of evil dust? Don't know. Were you about to find out?
Do you mind not stroking my arm? I like you, but it's just the missing finger feels a bit weird. Wait till it's metal, baby.
Yeah. Right then. How many little metal hands are you going to give this chapter out of 5?
I enjoyed this chapter. It was alright, wasn't it? There was a lot of kind of talking. Voldemort blabbing on and on and on. It stopped me being scared of him. He's just rabbiting on. I think silent villains are often more scary.
Yeah.
But he was torturing a bit, messing about. We had the Death Eaters. We find out that Lucius Malfoy is a Death Eater. It was alright, this chapter. I shall give it 3 little metal hands out of 5.
Really? For me, I loved this chapter, for it was full of everything that I need in a Harry Potter chapter. Voldemort, Lucius Malfoy, Crabbe and Goyle Senior, and Harry in a vulnerable position. Oh, and in a way, it's a bit of redemption for me for Wormtail.
Yeah.
Because he's not actually... I know he's brought back the Dark Lord and he's he's cut Harry Potter and he betrayed Potter, Mummy, Daddy. But, he's not actually killed anyone. And he led Bertha Jorkins to her death. But he's only done all of it out of fear. He's scared of dying himself.
Yeah.
I think it was a very humorous chapter and I really loved it. And I'm going to give it 5 metal hands out of 5.
Lovely.
Now, are you ready for this week's episode of Quiz?
Yes.
Quizzicky, quiz crew. Gonna ask you some questions. How well will you do? Quizzicky, quiz crew.
I'm going to ask you about Harry Potter, Lucas. How well will you do?
Bye, Bobby, bye, B. Question 1. Who did Voldemort use the Crucio curse on?
Avery.
Excellent. Question 2. How did Voldemort describe being ripped from his body?
Oh, I don't know. Come back to me on that one.
Right, okay. How did what's it called? How did Wormtail find Voldemort's location?
By accident?
Yeah, all right, I'll take that. What did Wormtail crush with his mecha hand?
Oh, Hun?
It was a twig.
No.
Right. Who did Wormtail find at the inn?
Bertha Jorkins.
Correct. And finally, how did Voldemort describe being ripped from his body?
Excruciating.
Pain beyond pain.
Oh.
Unfortunately, you've lost the quiz. Quiz, quizzicky, quiz, quizzicky, quiz, 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 quoo. Gonna ask you some questions. How well will you do? Quiz, quizzicky, quiz, quizzicky, quiz, 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 quoo. Gonna ask you about Harry Potter.
Lucas, how well?
How well will you do?
Apply you a kiss. And finally, we have Hedwig's droppings. We're not alluding to owl poo. We're not alluding to ploppings. We mean the messages you send in when we allude to Hedwig's droppings. What's in a beak this week, Cheap Cheap? Well, we have a very short Hedwig's droppings this week, but we must welcome a baby Harry to our Patreon supporters, and it's Robbie.
Robbie, the stork has you bundled in a blanket. The stork is flying with you above the rooftops, but unfortunately, local youths start pelting the stork with stones using a catapult. I am in a rooftop garden. I am writing a novel. I see the stones fly up, hitting the stork in its face one by one. The stork, caring more about its own safety than yours, releases you. The bundle that you are in begins to roll. Roll. You hit the rooftop. You begin to roll down the roof tiles. I see it all happening. I start running and running, trying to catch you. You fall from the roof. You are heading towards the earth. I jump off of the roof and sprint. Well, not sprint, but I head down, pummeling after you. I know I'm not going to be quick enough. You are going to hit the pavement quicker. But then I affix my legs to the wall and start running down the wall after you. I manage to grab you in the nick of time, throw you into the air, and mwah, 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 mwah.
All that for £4.50. It's a bargain. And yet loads of other things too. Bonus episodes. You can get key rings, stickers if you pay a little bit more, access to a recording of the live show, bonus videos, early access to episodes, video versions of the podcast. There's loads of stuff. And we're also doing an extra a live stream of a podcast episode on the 26th of July. And if you support us on any level, you can get access to that. And we're also raffling off our painted portraits that we did of each other. But that was Hedwig's droppings. This has been... Can you still hear me? This has been the Pottervision podcast. Thank you so much for listening. As always, we are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Just search Pottervision. Follow us. Give us 5-star reviews on iTunes, Spotify, all that good stuff. And why not leave us a review as well? We're going to be at the Fringe next month from the 4th till the 24th of August, every day at 1:30 at the Pear Tree. We'd love to see you there. And we have a special preview of our Edinburgh show with new scenes on July the 28th, I believe, in Manchester. Otherwise, we are here next week for episode 91, chapter 34 of book 4, Priori Incantatum. You have been a silver-handed Tom Lawrinson.
And you have been a... hang on. You have been the gammy raw wrist of a man with no hand, Lucas Kirkby.
Goodbye.